Hey everyone, Lane here from Maker's Lane. So in my previous videos, I've been working out on the shop that I'm going to be putting in the barn. So to tell you exactly what's happening, I'm moving down to the barn to make my new shop, and my old shop, which is right here, this is now going to be my wife's shop. So she is self-employed, she runs a fabric business from home, and currently she's working inside our house in one of our spare bedrooms. Long story short, she's running out of room and everything's overflowing. It's in our living room, it's in our dining room, it's all over the place. So basically we've looked for places to see if we could rent storage space, all this different stuff, and we basically boiled it down to say it would be easier for me to renovate the barn and her to move in here. So the business itself has been growing very quickly. I have removed all of my stuff out of this shop. It may look familiar. It used to be gray. That was kind of like my color scheme. I wanted more of like I don't know, that was my look. I like the darker gray walls. She did not. So she went ahead and had everything painted. I actually did already finish the insulation up top and put all the plywood in instead of just some of it. So basically all the walls are finished. They're insulated with ballot insulation, nothing special. Well, today, so that she can actually start moving in here, I am going to be laying floors down. Nothing too special. You may have seen this stuff before. It's just these panels. It's not actual wood, it's like waterproof, just material. It's kind of like a tile. I'll put a link in the description for you. But yeah, there's nothing special about them. But what's nice is they just click together like most other planks do. So the installation should be pretty easy. But the first thing I need to do, so on this floor, the one side over there, so basically this shop is separated into almost two different buildings. So you got that long narrow section there, and then you have this more square section over here. Well, it kind of slopes down right here in the middle. I don't want the floors to slope down, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay a subfloor down, and so on that side it's basically going to all just be on top of concrete directly, and then as it comes over here I have some of these guys. Yeah, like I said, they're just 1x2s. So I'm going to be laying these down, and hopefully the thickness can keep it level across. So that's the main thing, is I just want it level. If it's a little bit off, I'm not going to be terribly worried about it. I just mainly want to get it so that the floor for the most part is level. That's the goal. So basically it'll be two steps. It'll be subfloor, which is just some 1/2 inch OSB, and then these spacers on this side, and then just putting the planks on top, or the tiles on top. Hopefully this is a very quick, fast project. She needs to move in here like yesterday, so I'm just gonna bust this out as quick as possible. There's not a whole lot to it. I'm hoping the end product will be pretty nice. So, all right, let's get started. So my plan was originally to use these boards here, underneath here, to kind of level it out because the surface changes. Basically right there where that like crack is, that's where like the surface kind of slopes down just a little bit. These are actually too thick, and the more I look at it, the more I think that the slope that it comes down, I mean, it's barely gonna be noticeable at all. So the only place that's really gonna be an issue is in this corner over here. This is the lowest part. I might have to add some stuff over there, but we'll worry about that when I get to it. So for right now, I'm gonna just move forward by just laying these boards down just like I did these other 5 or these other 6 back here, and just drilling them directly to the ground. Okay, so I got that one laid down over there, and then I also laid these other 3 down as well, just so I could get a really good feel of like the levelness and everything. And you can kind of tell just a little bit that it dips like right here, like right around this area here. But in all reality, it's not enough to really worry about. So I'm good with that. So now I'm gonna move on to some of the more complicated pieces. So I got all the full sheets I can lay down, so now I have to start cutting some different pieces. So this one here is gonna be a little bit difficult, but after that one, it's pretty much just straight cuts. Let's continue laying down the subfloor. Okay, so here's everything I've done so far over there. So I still got a little bit right here to do, and then where I'm standing, but I got that. So those are all the boards I have left right there. So the goal is to make these guys basically work for this space here. It's gonna be pretty tight to get those 5 pieces to fit here. If I can't make those fit, I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more. So yeah, I'm gonna play a game of Tetris with these pieces, try and get them cut and fit them in what's left of the bare floor. Let's play some Tetris. The Tetris part is done, I can start laying floors. I'm not super happy on how the last bit turned out. I should have taken my time and made the cuts a little cleaner, but I think it'll be okay because most of the stuff will be either under a table or just off foot traffic, so if there's any gaps or anything, it should be fine. If you're gonna do this at home, do better than I did. So I think I'm gonna start, I was gonna start in this back corner back here. Since this is ugly, I'd like to cover it up as soon as possible. So I think I'm gonna start laying the floors down here. I'm going to be laying them this way. I was originally thinking about laying them this way, but it'll be a lot more cuts and it's really unnecessary. This will be pretty simple. I mean, you can go as far as laying them diagonal if you want, but again, it's a lot more cuts and you gotta get a lot more precise stuff. I'm not too concerned about making a cool design in it, so yeah, we're just gonna keep it basic and lay it just flat against the wall there starting out. Hopefully when we get to like this corner over here, I don't have to rip all these boards down. That is a concern, but it's a concern either way. Even if I start on that far corner and come across, I might still have to rip these boards here. So I'm just hoping I don't have to. It's not a huge deal. I have a table saw, so I can do that fairly quickly. So hoping it ends up like matching up perfectly. Odds are it probably won't. It'll be pretty close though. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the boards and start running them here. I got my chop saw. That's basically all I need. You can glue them down, but really they're floating, so they just kind of sit on top of this wood. So that's why you kind of want a good foundation, because if you have a lot of like raises and stuff, the floor will start separating. So that's why I went ahead and did the subfloor. So that's done. Yeah, let's go ahead and start the floor. So the exact problem I was worried about happened. This piece is about halfway up this wall. What that means, the entire section down there, I'm going to have to rip those boards before I can lay them down, just so that everything's square in the way. So I think there's like 6 boards I need to cut. So I need to rip 6 of these guys down to about half size, just so that when it gets to this point, basically it flows across and there's no seam or anything. At least no noticeable seam. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rip 6 of these pieces on my table saw. Okay, so I got the hard part laid down. All of these are cut, and then I also added a support extra panel behind it. The rest of this floor will be pretty easy to lay down, so I got all my planks laid out. So now it's time to just bust through this. There shouldn't be any more complicated cuts other than like the end piece or the 2 end pieces. So down here and over here. Yeah, that won't take too much time. So I'm gonna just bust through the rest of it and hopefully get this shop done by the end of the night. Let's get to it. You good? I'm trying to work here. Can I work here? That does not mean lay down. So that's it for laying down floor. There's one more thing I want to do before I call this video complete, and that's I want to go back and add molding around the entire outside perimeter of it. And the main reason for that is you're out here, because this is an old barn, it's not 100% square, so the boards kind of come off the wall a little bit, and to help kind of hide that, I'm going to put molding so that any gaps in between the wall and the boards, you can't really tell. So that's the last thing I'm going to do. It's going to be really quick. Normally, like if you're doing this in a house, you have like drywall or wood to nail into. Since this is concrete, instead of nailing into it, I am just going to glue it to it. I'm going to use some liquid nails and just glue the back of it and stick it up against the wall. Let's go ahead and add the molding, and then this project should be done. molding is all put into place, I probably am going to go back and caulk any of the nail holes that I used. So this is one of the videos I'm going to be doing in the shop as far as getting ready for my her shop to come in here. Obviously I have my shop going on at the same time. So next will probably be the doors, and then after that will be the windows. I think basically it'll be done. She'll probably start moving in her stuff now that the floor's in. She'll start moving in some of her items. Again, this was a really easy project. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm Lane from Maker's Lane. You guys have a good one.